With t0inky TV, and I'm here to recap episode number 20 of Emergency Couple. So where we last left off in episode 19, Jinhee and Changmin, they were getting kind of tipsy together, reminiscing about the past and just talking over a lot of different aspects of the relationship. And so one thing leads to another, and you see that the morning after, they wake up screaming, both of them. I think that, you know, as they kind of flash back to the night before, you see them kind of growing closer and closer and closer and closer together until finally they kiss, and then, you know, one thing leads to another and poof, they're naked in bed in the morning together. So while all this is going on in Changmin and Jinhee's life, there's this episode, well, there's this big to-do at the hospital with grandma, this one grandma, and she's having cancer, things going on with her body. And of course, there's that top surgeon who's making everybody life in the emergency room hell, because that's what his character is doing in this drama, and he does a great job at it. And Chunsu and Jihye, they're talking it over, what's the best to do for her, and they want, you know, they recommended her a type of treatment. And so the top surgeon, he was really upset. He wanted to treat the lady, even though at first, you know, he thought she was a homeless lady. So it's just like the guy is just a jerk, and, you know, he does a great job of playing that in this role. And it also helps to bring Jihye and Chunsu's character a little bit closer together because of this whole to-do with the grandma. Jihye is being asked to leave the hospital, and so Chunsu, of course, is trying to help her situation out, and so there's kind of that underlying story in this drama episode as well. So there is also a pretty momentous thing that happens in this episode. Jinhee and Changmin's mom get together, and although Changmin's mom does somewhat apologize, she also says that she can't take anything back. She is who she is. She's trying to get better. And I think that the death of her husband in this drama really helped to kind of show more of a vulnerable side to this mother-in-law, as well as kind of snap her out of her immature, hateful kind of ways. And so she's learned a lot in the last few episodes, gained a lot in terms of perspective, you know, where she stands in her son's life and what she's able to do and not able to do, recommend and not. So she pretty much kind of gave Jinhee the green light to go ahead and see Changmin, but just don't make the mother-in-law aware of it. And she's trying to step back and step out of their lives and let them lead it however they want to lead it. And she's just gonna, you know, move on and do the best she can with her life as well. So towards the end of the episode, you see Chunsu and Jihye, they're talking, and he's trying to stop her from leaving the hospital, but she actually confesses to him, finally, you know, reveals her true heart, that it's been too hard to watch him kind of pursuing another lady, getting hurt over another lady, and then having to help him with his sadness of, you know, grief over getting over this other lady when, you know, she has a lot of feelings for him as well. So she kind of wants to go back to the United States anyways. She also wants to be with her child, who, you know, Chunsu thinks is just the cutest thing. But yeah, so I think Chunsu and Jihye, they kind of grew a lot in this whole drama as well. Chunsu was kind of an enigma to me at first. Like, I didn't really quite know why he was such a grumpy grumpoid for the whole time this drama was in effect. And Jihye, I always thought she was really cool in this whole drama. She was never really the second lead, and Clara was never the second lead. They were both kind of, you know, maybe in the background of Chunsu and Changmin, but neither of them really had a strong foothold in getting either of the leading guys' attention. So it was always Jinhee, and so rather than playing the antagonistic women, getting the guy at all costs, they were actually pretty cool girls, and they were kind of had very good personalities throughout the whole thing. Their character was well built, and so I really enjoyed that part of this drama. Chun-soo was also pretty good in this drama as well. Like, you know, he went from kind of this grumpy, very hard-edged, you know, emergency doctor guy to somebody who you realize, oh, you know, he had a relationship with GA, then, you know, there's this dark past with his parents, you didn't know what was going on there, then, you know, all of a sudden, you know, you see that he's from a very well-off family, and then he finally is getting to a point where he's opening up to Jin-hee, and he's just gone through such a development over this whole entire drama that I thought that his character was really well built out by the writers. And speaking of Chun-soo, Changmin and Jin-hee, so at the end of this episode, you see Changmin and Jin-hee getting off from the bus, you know, they're, you know, done with their day, and Changmin's like, well, you know, how long is this, you know, platonic dating going to be where he's like, you know, it's ending always without like any romantic, you know, situations. She's like, well, what do you mean? And so he pulls her into a kiss, and of course that's exactly the same time that Chun-soo, for whatever reason, at the last minute is, you know, chasing after Jin-hee, trying to explain his situation, his feelings towards her, and he has like the sad puppy dog eyes because he sees Changmin and Jin-hee kissing. So yeah, episode 20 has really brought everything to light. It's wrapped up a lot of the stories pretty well so far, so I'm looking forward to the final episode, number 21.